What's going on, everyone? Alex here again, and I'm here to break down some more chapters into my book review for Quiet Mind, Epic Life by Matthew Ferry. So today, once again, we're on chapter 5. Let's get it. Chapter 5, Meet the Drunk Monkey. So for all you guys who haven't read the book, and I don't know if I broke it down in detail enough or give enough context on it from the beginning of the book. The drunk monkey is basically all the negative thoughts and chatter in your head that you feel are driving you nuts, and they actually drive you towards taking action on things you don't even want to really do. You know, it's a thought in your head that tells you, I'm fat. Man, I should text her again. She probably didn't get it. She doesn't like me. Or she won't be into me when you try to approach a girl, or even a girl approaching a guy thinking he wants this other girl, or whatever the case. That's in relationships. If you're in sales, say if you want to go call a client and your brain is like, don't even do that. They're going to be so upset when you call them. Like you call your COI, your mind chatter will tell you, they're going to be so mad you called. You're just calling about business. Why are you not friendly and just want to talk to hang out? Why do you only want to call when it's regarding a script or to run business on them? Or they're going to know you're on a script because that's not how you talk normally with them. And all this chatter and destructive conversation within your head, that is your drunk monkey. And the most dangerous part about the drunk monkey is, and we'll break more about this down in the chapter, is the drunk monkey tricks you to thinking that those thoughts are you, that you are doing those talkings to yourself. It's making you feel as if you're having a mental conversation with two people, which is basically your thoughts responding to each other's, bouncing off in your head. One is your actual you trying to respond to the chatter, and the other chatter is your drunk monkey, which is very dangerous. And also, both these voices, for me at least, they sound the same. So you might have that where you're ruminating in your head and you're worrying. And then if you were to analyze and look into yourself, what's taking place in your brain is that's your two minds talking back and forth about shit that you can't even predict, etc., etc. Okay, so the drunk monkey is the mouthpiece of the survival mind. The drunk monkey is perfect for when you are in survival only, not for thriving. It is terrible for thriving. Wow, so let's break that down a little bit. Once again, the drunk monkey, it's the mouthpiece. It's the thing that's talking in your head uncontrolled. Now, the drunk monkey is part of you. It's put in you for a reason. And that main reason is to help you survive. It was put in your brain from your ancestors when we were still prey from, I don't know, maybe huge birds or other human-like species that were different from ours that could potentially kill us for territory. I don't know. I wasn't born in the BC, whatever dinosaur-ish era. However, that brain was created to help us survive. Those were times where it was literally every move we made either helped us proceed into life and continue to survive and, spread our offspring, or a move could lead us to being killed off, either through starvation or whatever kind of death. And obviously your brain realizes that this is important. So it created the survival mind through evolution. And that mind has never left us. And that's known as a survival mind. And that survivor mind, the mouthpiece of it is the drunk monkey. So it's meant to tell you things and talk to you like a angel or a trusted sidekick to say, dude, hey, go this way. Hey, watch out. Don't do that. Come this way. Hey, you shouldn't do that. And XYZ, this is why. However, while these thoughts are amazing for you in survival modes or it was amazing for your ancestors to help you survive to get to, the humanity era you're in now. However, in this era right now, in your goals that you want to achieve in life, you're currently thriving, okay? Let's look at the main necessities in life that the survivor brain was based off of: sex, food, and water, and shelter, okay? Dude, shelter is freaking everywhere. Homeless people are doing an amazing job at that. Not saying that that is something I'm for. All I'm saying is shelter, even if from your position, forget homeless people, because that's considered the end all for those who have shelter. If you were to be homeless, you can actually call someone that you might know of to let you couch surf, to let you stay at their crib, down the line. God forbid, worst case scenario, you might have some funds to even get you a hotel, okay? Shelter, there is an abundance of it now, okay? Compared to when we were freaking prey or whatever, we would walk into a cave and there'll be another freaking animal in there that's ready to rip our heads off. It's not the case anymore. We're no longer surviving. We are thriving in thriving times. Okay, now, offspring, having sex, procreating, or just your brain sees that as having sex, fucking. Dude, how many girls are there outside? For me as a guy, how many, and in general, how many if you were a girl, how many guys are out there? And not to mention that, there's so many more there's so many more methods of finding people. You have in person. Not only do you have in person, you have online. You can even do freaking game shows to find love. You can even freaking meet someone at a club. You can meet someone at a bus stop. We're at an abundance, okay? We're at an abundance to finding mates. No one's, choosing the guy who's most fit. We're just girls are choosing the guy who is in their proximity, who makes them laugh, who makes them feel good, and guys are doing the same thing for girls. Okay, so we're at abundance. Food and water. Are you kidding me? If you look at the stats, there's enough food in the world, or waste from food in the world, to feed the whole entire world, or to feed all of Africa or whatever, the starving people over there. There is more than enough food. There's an abundance in our world. Maybe in Africa they're doing bad for whatever case may be. I don't know how they're doing bad. Maybe they're not spending the right resources, focusing on something. Not my call. I'm not from there. I don't ever see that world. Okay? All I know is in my world, in your world, if you're watching this, you have more than abundance of something to eat, or where to find something to eat and get access to it, and water as well. So the survivor mind is not for the times and era we are in. We are in a thriving era. No good for the survival mind to be in charge. Survival mind, it's meant to keep you safe and alive. It's meant to allow your primal needs to flourish. It does this by making sure you maintain the status quo. And by status quo, what I mean is the way things are currently. Also, it can be common beliefs held by mainstream, like believe in God, make sure that you stay close to your parents and don't move far from them. And it could just also be average thinking, just following the pack. Oh my God, people are panicking right now, so let me start panicking, kind of thing. Let me follow the pack, follow the guy who's in charge, the girl who's in charge. Even things like cigarettes. If my father's smoking cigarettes and my mom is, so will I. If they're eating a lot, let me eat a lot as well. Status quos, okay? So when looking to change your status quo and current way of life, you are greatly threatening to the drunk monkey. The drunk monkey will see you as a threat yourself, and it will fight back at you in ways that's known as chatter, right? We will see these thoughts, if you were to pay attention to them, it will be so evident, so dominating on your head whenever you're trying to make a move to get away from the status quo. Because remember, the survivor mind flares when it feels like you're moving out of your comfort zone. Because the survivor mind doesn't have eyes, it just sees the feeling of you're getting into something uncomfortable. That must be you're about to get out of a perfect survivor scenario. And then the brain will freak out and then send the drunk monkey the mouthpiece and talk to you in the form of chatter. So, for example, let's say on my last comment about status quo, let's say you were looking to follow the average pack. Your parents, they're eating a lot. They're fucking munching on lard, tubs of freaking mayo. You'll probably hold on to that habit. If you do, you'll probably hold on to it for a long time, probably into your adulthood. You're probably still following it now, unless something changed and made you realize not to. Whatever the case may be, if you are following that protocol of what your parents were doing, when you try to break away, or whenever you have tried to break away and go on diets, you'll notice yourself freaking feel conflicted. Okay, you'll notice yourself cringe towards where you're trying to get to, and crave towards where you were, and find ways to justify why eating some ice cream at night is still justifiable while you have made that commitment to your diet. And the reason why is because if you were to think and pay attention and be very self-aware and reflective and conscious inside your head, you realize that it's actually a drunk monkey. It's something that the thoughts that you don't have any control over, freaking just raging, going a million miles per hour in your head, telling you shit like, dude, do it. Why are you even trying to do this diet? How long can you make this last? You're not going to do it. Eat the ice cream, dude. I'm hungry. How good would that taste? All of these kinds of thoughts. And it'll push you. It will push you. You will probably become internally anxious, or express some sort of depressing emotion, suppressing emotion, that will make you want to just move towards just doing the ice cream, just doing the XYZ, you know? If your status quo is being comfortable, not making calls, okay, the second you try to start making calls, your brain's going to tell you all types of crazy stuff, you know? We'll go into more in the later chapters on specifically what kind of things your brain will say, your drunk monkey, will be saying to you. But it's dangerous, you know? It's dangerous. You know, these people don't want to hear from you. They're going to curse you out. It's trying to stop you from doing something uncomfortable because it really sees it as you in a survivor mode. When in reality, you are in a thriving society, and the goals you're trying to get to and achieve through these actions that you're hesitant about are going to help further put you in a quantum leap realm of even more abundance in the physical reality. So it will make your survivor mind that much more obsolete and not needed. Therefore, don't listen to it. The drunk monkey is not here for your benefit. The drunk monkey is purely biological. This allows you to step back, okay, and see if stress, anxiousness, overwhelm, and other negative suppressing feelings and emotions are even necessary at all. How huge is that? Once again, going back to what I said earlier about the drunk monkey, it's a primal mechanism from the survivor mind, meaning it came from when we were still prey, when we were nowhere near a thriving society like we're in now. So this makes you want to, when you get comfortable with this thought process, this idea, this dogma, essentially, it makes you think, well, if my brain, my drunk monkey, my survivor mind sends my drunk monkey to make me think thoughts that will then cause me to have feelings towards things such as stress, anxiousness, and overwhelm when I'm trying to get comfortable, and any other kind of negative feeling, it makes you really think and say, wait, if this thing is meant to make me feel emotions, was made to make me feel emotions that would stop me from moving towards something that could kill me, and I'm in a thriving society right now where nothing can really kill me in my day-to-day, then these anxious feelings, these stress and overwhelm feelings I'm feeling for, you know, activities that are regarding organizing and work and calling a girl, are they even justified? Are they even real? Are they necessary to be feeling at all? Or am I just using emotions to express something that were given to me from a time where those emotions meant whether or not I survive. Wow. How powerful. So then this makes you think, what emotions should I be feeling now? Great question. You should be feeling creative emotions, happiness, joy, jubilee, okay? Um, Gratefulness, thankfulness, excitement, ecstaticness, okay? You should be feeling on top of the world. You know, all words, positive words like that. That's the emotions you should be feeling, expressing at all times. You know, joy is definitely. The goal is to be experiencing joy a majority of the day, like we spoke about. When you are experiencing joy day to day, tasks are even easier because you are not in a surviving mind. So therefore, your thoughts should not, your emotions should not even be negative, which also further justifies why positive emotions are the emotions you should be feeling at all times in this day to day. Awareness of your drunk monkey allows you to confront complex situations. When you see your drunk monkey chatting while you understand you're just listening, that needs to be the perspective you have. Whenever you're in the wave and you're about to start surfing it, you need to say, wait, before I go grab the cigarette, before I go grab the food, before I go smoke, before I go do X, Y, Z, that's a vice. Let me listen to my freaking drunk monkey and let me hear what the fuck's happening back there to see why I'm doing this, if it's even on, what chances are it is. And get aware, notice what it's saying, and then the chatting in your head, and just understand with the lens, I am just a listener. This thing, mouthpiece, is just chatting. The same way a kidney releases urine, okay? The same way the sweat glands release sweat liquids, it's the same way the survivor mind excretes drunk monkey. You're just a listener, okay? It's happening. You can't control it. It's just a part of the body. That needs to be your perspective while you're being self-aware, okay? Which now puts you in the position to make quantum leaps. Can I get an amen? Wow. When you are at a point where you're just watching the thoughts go through, the chatter, and you're like, whoa, I say that to me? Of course I'd be negative. Wow, my brain is ridiculous. My survivor mind is preposterous. Okay? Now you're in a position to go, well, wow, if those things are being excreted at me, that's what makes me not want to do any of these things. Okay? And then in the later chapters, we're going to discuss, now that you're aware of these thoughts coming by, what's next? While you're in this zone, in this pocket, like a QB, and you're just watching things being played out, where do you pass? Where do you throw that ball? What play do you choose next? Okay? We're going to discuss next, what do you need to be doing in order to take things from that situation? Okay? So my thought process, based on from what I learned in the book, just to get a little cut ahead, you're basically going to say, okay, great, I understand that. You're going to complete the rapid alignment process. And then another thing you're going to do is you're going to say, what am I committed to? What am I committed to? What kind of person do I want to be? And what action is done next to get me there? Why am I even having these thoughts in the first place? What is it raging? What are these drunk monkey chatters raging about in the first place? What's it trying to distract me from doing? What's it trying to hold me back from doing? Because clearly that is the way that needs to keep going through. That is the path you need to keep following. The one that it's giving you resistance for. Okay. How did the drunk monkey get so much control? This is a subtitle in chapter 5. Our number one mistake is we believe the chatter. Okay, the static, the noise in our head as actual thinking, like we just spoke about earlier. The drunk monkey talks without invitation or our permission. You ever notice when you're in bed and you're trying to sleep and you just keep ruminating about the negative shit that happened today or an event that you perceived as negative? That's the drunk monkey. It is not your talking. You are the one listening to the talking in your head. Your new perspective should be you are just a witness to these thoughts slash chatter. The chatter will go on with or without your permission, like we just spoke about. Very important. You need to write this down and memorize this thing, study it, internalize it, because you need to put this in your subconscious. Because when you're going through these habits that are negative, I guarantee you, you're going to be so caught in the loop. Zoop. The cue, trigger, action, whatever the Charles Duhigg loop is for habits, it happens like that. In order to catch yourself, you need to have this thought in your head, meta, before you even get too far in the thoughts. That's where the change happens. If you wait too long, by the time you're thinking it, you're feeling the emotion, and you're getting emotionally charged about it, it's already too late. It's already too late. I'm sorry. You're done. You're already falling for your own body mechanism of the habit loop. You're going to keep repeating the habits and the patterns that you're doing, that you're known for, that you're tired of, being in and doing, and telling yourself you're going to keep stopping. And then you start, and then you stop, and you start. This is what happens. This is why things remain the same in your life. It's because you don't have that lens, that filter to be in there, boom, to then create a positive domino effect on your thoughts, your new thoughts, on your feelings, and then your action on whatever is in your life that you're trying to get done. You do not control the primal survivor mechanisms of your body. Same way, such as the organ function of digestion takes place, breathing takes place, sweating takes place, balance, your heart beating. Your body does not control, you don't control thinking. Your body controls this action. Your body operates independent of you. Obviously, I'm not talking about things like moving your arms and, things you can control like your muscles and whatnot. I'm talking about the act of sending water, breaking to your muscles, breaking down the muscles when you work out. You don't do these things. Your body does it naturally. Eating food and then breaking the food apart and sending it to different cells. You don't do this. Your body does it on autopilot, and you're just there while it's happening. Same exact thing takes place with your thinking. Okay? You need to think like this. This needs to be your new perspective if you truly want to see quantum leaps in your life while following, if you do choose to follow Quiet Mind Epic Life Thinking. You need it. If you don't have it, you might as well stop right now. You do not control the mechanisms of your body, such as thinking. Remember it. Your new perspective also needs to be, you should think you are just a witness to these thoughts and chatter, the drunk monkey that's going on in your head. It's going to happen with or without your permission, this chatter, okay? You're just observing it. And it's, also on top of another part of the thing, which is memorizing another perspective, which is the survivor mind's context. Why is it here? What was its purpose? And what is its purpose today? It has no purpose today. It was here because of our ancestors, and its purpose was to keep us alive. And today, it doesn't have anything because it's meant to keep us to survive, and we are no longer surviving, we are thriving. And that's that. Now, the drunk monkey does things such as planning, ruminating, forecasting, problem solving, strategizing, replaying, and lamenting. Okay? Obviously, planning and forecasting things to an extent are positive. Problem solving, trying to solve things in your head, are positive. Mainly, I want you to keep in mind is any of these activities, planning, ruminating, forecasting, problem solving, strategizing, replaying, and lamenting, any of these strategies that are happening in your head without your permission, without your ability to stop and start it, that is a key indicator that it's not your conscious thoughts doing the planning, doing the forecasting. It's your drunk monkey. And usually 99% of the time, 99.9, when in doubt, it is your drunk monkey. And even if you are confident, it probably is your drunk monkey as well. Okay? When you are not committed to thriving, your brain will revolve around survival states. This was so powerful to me when I read this in chapter 5, okay? When you are doing the habits that keep getting you no results that you want towards your abundant vision, goal oriented life, your brain keeps revolving in a state of mind where it thinks it's in survival, which is why it's stronger and it keeps getting stronger. The pull on you to move towards the habits that drain you when you get into that momentum flow, okay? That negative cycle, that downward spiral, that slump, that vicious circle, cycle, whatever you want to call it. It's harder to get out of it because when you are not committed to thriving, your brain will revolve around a survival state. Okay, all types of survival states. You know, it would just see it as the 50 states of survival. Okay, that's it. That's how your brain sees life until you get committed to thriving, which also breaks down further why you need things such as goals, vision, XYZ. I recommend 12-week year, or even things like the 10x rule by Grant Cardone. Those things allow you to get committed to something, and then you apply Quiet Mind Epic Life to then quiet the mind, to then allow you to take action on what you want in life, to paint that big picture. And then when you find a career or vehicle to push it, you also use Quiet Mind Epic Life to keep doing the tactics needed that your body's uncomfortable with. So Quiet Mind Epic Life just allows you to churn information and execute on it quickly without having to slow down and be in ruts and be in stagnant positions for too long, because there's nothing holding you back anymore, because your only thing holding you back, like we spoke about in the last chapters, is your limiting dogma. And your limiting dogma is what? Your drunk monkey. Okay. Overall, the thoughts and chatter, the drunk monkey in your head, are non-stop survival machine that is relatively useless if you want to be thriving and to live a quiet mind epic life. Another header, the drunk monkey in action. This video is getting a little too long, so I'm going to break it down in the next video. Peace.